So we've been talking about attachment and all the joyful experiences that you'll be sharing with the child as you build your relationship. But what about the hard times, the times when challenging behaviors come up? We already know that traditional discipline doesn't work with children who've experienced separation, trauma, and loss. They may already be dealing with feelings of shame and worthlessness. So when we take away privileges or put a child in a timeout, we're just reinforcing those negative feelings and piling on more losses. Imagine for a moment that this jar is a child. It's pretty sturdy, but it's made of glass, so it needs to be handled with care. This jar is empty, but when children leave their families and join another family, they're not empty. They bring who and what they're connected to. They come with their personality, their ethnicity, their relationships. They come to us with separations and losses, and often trauma. With your family, the child will continue to be filled with all the good things a nurturing family can offer a child. Day in and day out. So when it comes to discipline, we don't want to risk spilling out any of the good we've been pouring into the child. In fact, we should look at discipline as yet another opportunity to keep filling the child with all the good things that come from your unconditional love and commitment. Using the jar to represent the child, I'm going to describe 3 important things you can do when a child has done something wrong that needs correcting. J is for joining, A is for amends making, and R is for redos. Let me break it down. J for joining means connecting with the child, uniting with them, teaming up with them. It's you and that child against whatever that problem is over there. Joining reminds us to prioritize the relationship with the child above all else. It's really the foundation of all your interactions. So let's say you get a call from school. The 13-year-old boy you're fostering, Jonathan, has been disrupting the class again, and the teacher's really upset. She can't get through her lessons, and the other children are frustrated that there's so much classroom time spent on dealing with Jonathan's behavior.
I really appreciate this call. We will have a discussion about this tonight, and I will email you right away. Thank you.
So to prepare for joining with the child, this parent's going to take a few deep breaths, maybe even have a cup of tea, so she'll be relaxed and calm before talking to Jonathan about his behavior.
Hey.
So when he gets home from school, she pays attention to his posture and his tone of voice and his body language. Is he upset? Is he tired? Is he hungry? Timing is key, because first she needs to make sure his needs are met, then they can talk.
Hey, buddy. I heard you had a pretty rough day today.
It wasn't my fault. That class is pointless anyway.
When they do talk, her voice is calm, her body language is open and relaxed, and she sits with him at his eye level. She's going to make eye contact if it's not too much for him. She's focusing on Jonathan as a person before addressing the problematic behavior, because their relationship comes first. She's on his side and he knows it. When we focus on joining, we're saying 2 things: that the child is not the problem, and that the child is not in the problem alone. Now that these 2 are securely joined, they can work together to address the external problem. A is for amends making. Jonathan's disruptive behavior affected other people, namely his classmates and his teacher. It's a parent's job to help a child make this connection.
Jonathan, I know it was a really hard day for you. I'm sorry. Maybe a little hard on your teacher too? And your classmates? while they were trying to have a discussion?
Yeah.
This is so important because children who've been hurt tend to hurt others. They end up pushing people away when what they really need is their support.
What could we do to make it up to everyone and let them know that you really do care and you want to make it better?
I already said I was sorry.
Sometimes
Making
we
an
have to show-
apology is not the same thing as making amends. Amends making is learning skills to repair and rebuild relationships. Parents can brainstorm with children of all ages about how to make amends in a meaningful way. The goal is to make it up to the other person.
Well, what do you think you could do that would show them that you want to do better?
I could make them a song.
That's a great idea.
Not every problem happens at school, though. Sometimes a problem might come up in the neighborhood or at church. Obviously, not every child can write a song. The goal is to recognize the wrong and make things right, and then to practice better ways to handle similar challenges in the future. Which brings us to the R in JAR. R stands for redo. The child is not the problem is the problem. So the redo is about problem solving and practicing new ways to deal with problems.
You know how you have some trouble sometimes sitting still at school? Well, I've been thinking about it, and I think I have a couple techniques that might help you. You want to try them out?
The problem here is it's hard for Jonathan to sit still in class. So this parent is going to help him in figuring out better ways to deal with the problem, such as doing a few jumping jacks,
It's a good way
bouncing
to
on a
get
stability
moving
ball,
without being distracted.
squeezing a stress ball, or using a stretchy band. Remember, children learn best not by talking, but by doing.
Great.
Work with the child's school to arrange for what you've decided can help. Like amends making, the possibilities for redos are endless. They're going to be ongoing, and you're going to reinforce and fine-tune and practice these strategies over time. I hope you'll remember the J, the A, and the R, joining, amends making, and redos. You'll be amazed at the results. Remember that joining is always the foundation for relationship-focused discipline. Because when you protect the relationship and keep relationships with children first, everything gets better. The child's behavior, their sense of self-worth, their ability to calm down on their own, and their ability to keep and form relationships. And what could be more important than that?